So guys, in this video we will be seeing about the exploiting cron jobs to escalate our privileges to the root user or any other high privilege user. So okay, to view cron jobs for our current user, you can say cron tab minus L. So you can see no cron tab for this user. Alright, now what you need to do is you can check the HC cron tab. So this is the main file for the cron jobs. So if you hit enter, and you can see here these are the cron jobs. Okay, there are two commands that are running, override.sh and compress.sh. So you can see this is the settings for this cron job. So the first one is the minute. So if you put the 17 minute, it will execute at the 17th minute of this hour. And second one is the hour, and this is the day, and this is the month, and this is the week. So if you put the R stars, it will execute every minute of every hour of every day in every month of the every week. So that means these two scripts are going to be executed every minute. So let's see, I don't know where this file is. Let's say locate and locate this file name. Okay, this is the usr local bin override.sh. Let's say cat, and you can see echo date, it is going to temp useless. Now let's see the permissions of this file. So we are the normal user and we can write, we have the right permissions to this. So what we can do is we can say, we can start the netcat listener. So we are starting the netcat listener and we can run the reverse shell, and we can say echo netcat connect to our Kali machine. Upon that, and I'm sorry I did not mention the port 1234, and execute bin bash. So that is going to be overwritten in this usr local bin override.sh, and paste here and hit enter. So now after 1 minute we should see the reversal. Let's say date. So it is 41 minutes 23 seconds. So the last modified is 41. Upon 42 minute we should get the shell. Let's wait until it becomes 42 minutes. See, you can see now we got the connection. Who am I? Root. So we can upgrade to TTY shell. So that is about the cron job script if we have the right permissions over this file. So okay, let's delete this one, otherwise it is going to try every minute to this connection. Alright, now let's see this another way, that is the path. So you can see there is a path home usr, this one. Actually what you can do is you can go to cd temp, and then we are going to create a file that is override.sh. so this is the same name of this override.sh. Now let's give the execution permissions. So let me say temp override.sh, temp. So in this temp directory we have the override.sh, and we should give the execution permissions. Alright, now what we need to do is we need to export this path. Export path variable is equals to, and first we need to give the temp directory. So whenever this cron job is running, it will check for this temp directory, and then it will go to the next directories. if my override.sh has been found in the temp directory, and it will execute that one. So let us run this temp colon dollar path. So every path should be separated by colon. Now let's say date 44. So after 1 minute we should execute, cron job should execute the job. Let's see the contents, whether we have written correctly or not. So okay, we should get within 30 seconds. So okay, next one is compress.sh. Let's copy this and let's say cat and compress.sh. So that it's executing the shell, and then it is navigating to the home user. Okay, and then whatever the file is in this home user, it is going to be compressed and into this temp backup.tar file. So okay, the vulnerability exists when this is a star. So I will show you. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to go to the home user. Okay, we are in the home user, and we can execute some commands by putting the checkpoint option. Okay, now what we are going to do is, so I don't know why we did not get the shell. Okay, let's do this one. Echo, and let's say nano temp.sh. So this script should be executed as a root user. When executed, it should add, like, we are the user. So we are going to write this in the sudo ers file. Okay, this is the script. Just we are writing this line, all permissions to our user, to the sudo ers file, and save this. chmod press x temp.sh. So we did not have all permissions, right? You can see there is no all. Alright, now what we are going to do is we are going to create two files, that is -- checkpoint 1, and then what we are going to do is we should say whenever there is a checkpoint, we should take some action, and that action is execute this temp.sh and hit enter. Okay, now if you say ls, so you can see these are the commands, right? So whenever this tar command is executing as a star, it will place all these file names into this one. So it will place these all file names in this command, and then what it will become is tar czf temp.backup.tarball, and then checkpoint 1 checkpoint action exec temp.sh. So it will be executing this temp.sh. I think now we can run the sudo -l, and we should get the all. So you can see for every minute it is going to be write in this all. So after writing one time, what you can do is you can remove these checkpoints. Okay, we have removed these two switches for the tar command, so you can say sudo l. So we have got the all. So with these permissions, what you can do is you can switch to bin bash. So so you can see we got the uh, root shell. So that's how you take advantage of this cron jobs. So that's why you need to configure the cron jobs very carefully.